All right, guys. Sorry about that uh, abrupt ending. Shout out to all you guys. And I don't know where I left off, but of course not. But the news, the big news that's everywhere you turn. I mean, we forgot about Ukraine, but we know it's all going to intertwine together. Um, but yeah. So I'm sure you've been propagated like everybody else on this Israel. A lot of people everywhere talking about it. Kind of like I know here in Rochester it's like a dark cloud. People are running around here, blah blah. But um, plus it's cold. But pull up out of here real quick. But the three world wars, and we're being manipulated. All right, to the fullest extent. As you can see by the thumbnail, right? This is what I mean. Israel is a blueprint for everything that's happened here, from the migrant crisis, well, the asylum seekers, right? And I've explained this before about the asylum seeker thing, right? Um, and they've done that in Israel as well. Like they run a small, test run over there, and then it comes over to the United States. After all, I mean, it's the same. It's ruled by the same people. They do the same thing. They just don't get the rockets and stuff like that. But it's a sad thing, man. It's a sad thing, and us atheists, because if you ain't a Muslim Christian, to them you're considered an atheist. If you're not one of them, or a Muslim or a Christian, you're just an atheist. Point blank. Period. That's not what I'm saying. That's what they believe. You're an atheist, right? And because we don't really adopt a belief. I mean, even the other cultures, they're considered to them an atheist as well. I don't know who died, made them king. I don't know, but it is what it is. And so, anyways, Israel loosened gun laws. This has been going around. And then there's another story that says, Israel festival goers go defenseless after gun ban. So, oh shit. So, that was before, right? And then all of a sudden, you have Israel loosens gun laws, right? In wake of horrific attack by Hamas. Think about that. Israeli citizens will have easier time carrying firearms after terror attack by Hamas and Iran, right? Which has turned into war between Hamas and Israel this weekend. I mean, this is what they do. I mean, these people are manipulators. They could play. How deep does it go? How deep does it go? Hold on one second. Right? I mean, the high probability of Hamas being CIA is super high. To be in there to do exactly what's being done. The whole object is to get that area. So they've been using this how many years they've been using this to get Palestine less and less and less and less and less. I gotta back up. I'm too far over the crosswalk. And less and less and less, right? It's been many years. So, but anyway, sorry, just jumping around here. But They loosened gun laws. Israeli Minister of National Security Itamar Ben-Gvir said on Sunday will order the agency that issues gun permits to loosen its requirements. Today, I directed the Firearms License Division to go on emergency operation in order to allow as many citizens as possible to arm themselves. Got to think about that one. You know, think about this shit. So wait a minute. Hold on. Okay? Hold the fuck on, right? You got to think really deep about this. They took guns, strict guns, because what? Right? Why? Now it's okay because the government says you need to arm yourself because of terrorists. Where's the sense in that shit? You know? Imagine if this happened in the United States, right? Terror attack happens here, right? Just think about this. Terror attack happens here, right? Loosens gun restrictions. In America, everybody's flying to get a weapon, right? Because now Americans are scared of every damn thing, right? Americans are scared of everything, guys. Scared. And you know, we're in an age where manipulation is just automatic. They could easily convert all those gun-hating people right to gun-loving people now, right? Who has guns now? Well, a lot of criminals, but most of the people that want guns have guns now. The people that don't want guns, they don't have them, right? Anti-gunners, you know, they don't have them. I'm looking at the mentality in 2023, October 9th, 10th, whatever it is right now, right? What if they did this in America? All these people that hate guns, that are full of hate themselves, right? A lot of them are full of hate. They're all got some kind of psychological issue, goes and gets a firearm now. It's okay. You know, they do little rallies. Let's get a gun. Let's do a gun run. Let's do gun permit, loosen restriction day, and let's all go get a firearm. Now all these people are armed, right? All these people are armed. I just wanted to go by this temple right here and see if it had extra security out here, but it doesn't. So I noticed in other cities they had like extra securities around Jewish centers and stuff like that, but this one here in Rochester, not so. But anyways, you got to think about the loosening, right? Why would they do that, right? The object is to take the guns, right? But why are they loose? Well, because they're nowhere close to their objective, right? That's what a logical mind would say. Like, why would they loosen up? I mean, aren't they trying to take guns? Aren't guns bad? That's never been the case. Like, they're literally showing you nothing has been what it seems, you know, if you have eyes to see. So they're going to loosen so more people can arm themselves in a area where it's super hostile and tensions with religious, right? Think about this shit. Religious tensions. Not to mention they just had a huge migrant crisis, asylum seeker crisis over there, right? Now you can arm yourself. You know, think about this stuff now. That's why I've been saying this for so long. You know, I've been saying this shit for so long. I've been talking about the asylum seekers in Israel and how the asylum seekers here, it's the same story, but this is on a much larger scale, right? And they're going to poke and do some political, you know, governmental, whatever action in certain nations to trigger these people, right? So asylum seekers go to these nations because, you know, they're more freer than theirs. And a lot of these people that seek an asylum, they don't agree with the government, right? They're not in agreement with government. They don't agree, you know? They don't agree with the shit. So that being said, right? If they're not in agreement, then they can go over to our nations like Israel, where free speech is protected. That's why they're seeking asylum. That's why you hear the word asylum. Well, asylum is they're not going back to wherever they came from. They here to seek asylum because they can't do what they believe in their nation. So they're here seeking asylum, right? So they're already a part of this illusionary, masked, hidden communist agenda because they already have this belief in, a weird kind of way of a unity, of a communion, right? Communistic ideology, right? Think about it. Rights, liberties. At the end of the day, it's always been like a communist thing after it's been hijacked, right? Make us believe in freedom, but actually it's communism. We're living in communism right now. Community, everything is, for the betterment of the people as a whole, right? Individuality is, no, forget about that. I mean, think about it. Censorship, for the betterment of humanity. All this stuff is being played out right in front of us. All of it, all of it. So when you see them loosening gun laws to arm themselves, well, against who? Who are they really arming themselves against? Remember, they're fast forward way more manipulation than we are. And it's set up perfectly as Albert Pike has said it. I mean, think about it. Perfectly. It's being set up for people to annihilate each other over whatever, at this point, whatever belief. It's no holds barred. And the way they have sent this signal out was unbelievable. Everywhere. It's pretty sick, actually, and amazing at the same time. Think about that. Loosen. And then you got to look at why we still got guns. Like, why didn't they come get them yet? Because they know one day they want us to have more. Because look what it is now. Whatever button they've triggered, it's killings, shootings. These young kids are just buck wild. And shout out to this brother I met today at AT&T store. This dude literally was on the same page because the conversation started over the boarded up window. The boarded up window. And what happened was the youngins, the Kia boys, pulled up, smashed the windows, came in, and didn't even steal nothing. He was like, yo, I watched it. We got 4K cameras in here, 360. We could zoom in. He's like, I was back there playing with it, watching it. He's like, they all had on hoods and masks. They was all young. It's like, we could see the Jordans. He was like, yo, they're literally all alike. They even moved alike. He said they came through the door in synchronicity. He was like, everything they did was like synchronized. He was like, yo, it was like they were fucking programmed. And I'm like, really? I'm like, and then that's how we got into the conversation that we got into. I'm like, really? And I was like, and I said to him, I bet you they had a Kia or a Honda. He was like, yo, he looked at me like, you damn right. Yeah, you already know it. And I was like, and they hit up other businesses I already know around here, right? He's like, yeah, man. He was like, but yo, they didn't even steal nothing. He's like, I just moved the iPhone display in the back, because I forgot what he says. But he's like, yeah, they didn't get nothing. He's like, he don't even understand it. And then I was like, yeah, man, I started talking about the Kia boys and all this other stuff. Like, yo, it's crazy, man. What's happening, man? It's happened all over the country. He was like, yeah, man. And I was like, you know what? I was like, it's crazy. And he was like, yeah, man, yo. When I was watching these videos, he was like, it's crazy, man, how these youngins, man, even at his brother, his brother, he's talking about his brother's children, right? They go to a school. And he was like, yo, man, I don't got no kids, but when I be going to see my nephews and my nieces, I be like, yo, I be trying to teach them a lot of stuff, man, because Yo, I be going places sometimes and everybody is an NPC. He literally said it. Everybody's an NPC. He's like, yo, everybody looks the same, talks the same, walks the same, do the same stupid dance. He's like, yo, I go up to their school for the little sports get together. She's like, yo, they're all the same. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I'm like, wow. I'm like, you know what's funny? He was like, that's funny that you noticed that. And I'm like, think about this, man. I'm like, think about this whole Kia thing. Before the media and the social media made it viral, what was happening in the United States? This is the question that we got to ask ourselves. What was going on in the United States? And it was especially happening here in Rochester. And I was making a ton of videos. There was carjackings everywhere. A lot of people were getting murdered. It was wild. He was like, yo, yeah. Yo, I was looking at that like, yo, what's up with that? I was like, think about this. My brother, I was like, think about this. Right after this whole Honda and Kia boy thing came, I said, what happened? It all stopped. He looked at me, he looked up in the air. He was like, yo, I ain't ever even think of that. He was like, yo, you're right, man. He was like, yo, that shit crazy that you noticed that. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, yo, there were carjackings everywhere. Rochester, I ain't never seen this shit before. It was carjackings everywhere. After 11 o'clock, you was out there and you was the wrong person. It was a high probability you was getting carjacked. I mean, there was literally 12 carjackings in one night one time here in Rochester. And this shit was happening. I was making the videos. They're still on this channel. Go back and look. And then they got the Kia boy thing to go viral and made it relevant, and it all stopped. And I'm like, yo, that was damage control, man. Whatever they're doing, he was like, yo, I know. He was like, man, I know it's all this social media. It's this internet, man. And this is how we got talking about his nieces, nephews, and we started talking about other kids. And I started talking about how my kids noticed the shit and tell me. They come up like, yo, dad, man, the kids around here are weird. And I'm like, I be noting, I'm like, yo, these some weird motherfuckers and the adults. And then, you know, my kids, my 19-year-old son, his girlfriend, right? He went to her school and they went to a volleyball game. Both of them came back. The first one they went to was like, yo, dad. No, they didn't come back. They were still there. They FaceTime me like, yo, dad, man, if you were here, you would be like, oh my God. He was like, yo, everybody is doing the same thing, look the same, talk the same, act the same. They were like, it's weird. They told me, they were like, it feels like we're in another dimension. And I'm like, yo. So back to talking to the guy, I told him that story. He's like, yeah, man, like we were saying, NPCs. So I told him, I was like, yo, think about this. There were all these carjackings. They made this Kia thing go viral, right? And then it stopped. Now, if they were to stop this whole Kia and Hyundai thing, we're going to have a carjacking problem again. What is going on that has manipulated these youngsters' mind? You know, we know it already. It's in the music. It's in all kinds. It's all over. But I'm just telling you, you know, reverting back to what I'm talking about now with all this stuff, the thing going on in Israel now, it's showing us, if we got eyes to see, you know, where they're taking this, you know, and how they're going to do it because of the manipulation. What they did last night, this is the beginning of the week, was unbelievable across the board with all the news of Israel. It was literally like, yo, this was like literally a program. It was like a spell, a program, man. Makes you what makes you wonder what the hell that damn text that came through was. You know, you had that text that come through that, you know, people dismiss it as just dumb and stupid. You got what the fuck is really going on? It's a fact. It's not even a debatable fact. I mean, it's not even debatable, but this is a fact that our devices carry something that can control people's thoughts and emotions without even knowing it. You know, because when I told you, when I look at my phone, you know, whatever you thinking about, it's gonna pop up. You know, you don't gotta even say it no more. Before it was verbal, now it's mental. You know, so these things are highly uh, you know, can manipulate the minds. And you see the youth right now, you know, you see how they could sway everybody, to what they're doing. Now it's all today is Israel. Now America's being propagated and programmed as Israel. Now what's going to happen, right? Everybody's pro-Israel. And the ones, like us, we got a certain ability, we're not going to be it. So at the end of the day, we're still that same target as before, the COVID target, right? The, the same target, the ones that ain't with the program, we're still the same target. Any agenda they flip it, we're the same target because we don't rock out. We know what's going on. So we can't say we're not going to be up here talking about, we need to destroy these people. No, we're not. So we're the same target still in the same situation, surrounded by more fucking NPCs that believe this shit, right? Think about this now. That is fucking dangerous, man. So now fast forward to them loosening up gun laws over there. Now more people gonna have guns. Those guns are for each other. Albert Pike, the word, right? The word that Albert Pike used. The Third World War must be. Hold on, let me get one that I can fucking read, right? All right. Finally, the letter states a Third World War will occur. Shout out to Dan Pratt because he sparked this video. Shout out to Dan Pratt. Finally, the letter states a Third World War will occur between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam and a political Zionism, not Zionism, mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion. This may be a reference to the growing problem of the radical Islam, as seen in the terrorist attacks. That's just the rest of the story where I found this, right? But Albert Pike actually used a word, right? He said the Third World War must be tormented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agentur of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of Islamic world, right? He used the word, right? Agentur, right? Agentur. That's the word he used. And think about what they've done, right? And think about how they set up Israel and Palestine. Keep in mind, this shit was written, a long time ago, right? Think about it, right? Because an agentur, right, is an agency, is an administration unit of government, is a business or organization that provides a particular service, i.e., Israeli occupation forces, right? The Israeli occupation, the U.S. occupation. All these are legal terms they're using, but not here in the mainstream America. You don't use those over here. See, all these other news, they into because they let you know what time it is. I don't ever see them talking about Zionism on news. I never see it. I don't ever. Number 3, from agent, the state of being in action or exerting power, right? So all this is the exact words that Mr. Albert Pike said. He said agentur, right? 1, an administrative unit of government. 2, a business or an organization that provides a particular service, especially the mediation of transactions between the two parties. So that's letting you know there is a hidden hand that is put in place that is creating two sides, you know, muppetry, manipulation, to war against each other, right? And then 3, the state of being in action or exerting power. This is what they do. Number 4, the state of serving as an official and authorized delegate or agent. Number 5, thing or person that acts to produce a particular effect or to achieve an end. So literally the word itself breaks down into what's going to happen. You know? Just think about what they're doing to the minds. Think about what they're how they have such ability to control the mind, right? And then just look at where we are, why they're pushing all this LGBT stuff and all this other crap, you know, why is Trump so relevant and all this other stuff. And then you can see a lot of it's smoke and mirrors. Is anything going to happen right now out of this? Probably not. It's probably just to get a reaction to see what's happening. Meanwhile, they did destroy and kill a whole lot of people, right? They're not talking about the thousands of people that were destroyed with no trace in, you know, that's not the Israelis. They're not going to talk about that. Think about that shit. And I know I'm just a bumbling idiot. You know, I don't really, you know, I just put this stuff out there from what I see. And the minds of, you know, the Americans, you know, and how easily it is to manipulate people right now. And that's what people should be really alarmed at the rate that they can manipulate people. I mean, look at the youth. Pay attention to the youth, guys. You know, pay attention to the youth. If they're with these devices, man, you know, even the adults are, I mean, you just got to look, you got to start looking around. I mean, it's danger, man. Like, I still got to upload the video of Kevin here in Rochester, what happened when he went and did stand-up comedy. This is the shit I'm talking about. What if we were at that state where everyone had a gun and he said all these stuff about, you know, their communistic ideologies? Might have got shot dead right there. You know? Shot dead, boom. Because these people, remember, the people that are being propagated like this without any kind of knowledge of self, totally manipulated, are mentally ill. They're in a mental state, a trance state where they will do stuff and react out of emotions and anger. Literally, I've been out, we've been out. People say instantly, I hope you die. I hope you die of cold. I hope you get shot. I hope your kids get murdered by that weapon, you know? And then to see the rhetoric of the same rainbow community starting to get ready to arm up. You know, don't forget the hadith that Joe Biden did. We didn't even get to Brown Lives Matter yet. You know? And that's why pay attention to this eclipse coming up on the 14th as well. You know? That's George Floyd's birthday. They're going to usher in some fucking energy with this shit. You know? Think about it. Just think about it, man. Think about it, man. They have some energy right about now in between these, you know, it's just some energy right now, man. This is what they do around this time of year. This is where people are going into, you know, fall, you know, death and dying. You know, you're going to see shit like this, you know. It's sick and twisted, but it is what it is, man. It really is. So, you know, pay attention because, you know, it's real shit. You know, there's a lot of fake videos out there. There's a lot of crisis actors, but real shit has happened there. You know, they annihilated another people. You know, annihilated the people because they want to form this, you know, this state. and most people are not in agreement with it, with whatever's going on. It's just wild, man. But I think that they feel like they can manipulate enough minds to move forward with this agenda. And World War III isn't countries going to war. World War III is us against us. That's what it is. And if you could look around, you can see that's how they're forming it. Us against us. You know, I don't know how to explain that liberal energy that people got, but it's this destructive death fucking energy that, if need be, if the right trigger points are hit, they're going to retaliate with some fucking serious violence. You know, trying to. I mean, people are so quick, short fused right now in these days, and it's only getting worse. You know, these things that are being done through these devices are really fucking people up, man. You know, they're really making people hate, just full of hate and rage and uncontrollable anger and not thinking. You know, I was driving on the street the other day, and you know, I just was going over and I didn't see a car next to me, and then I was like, oh shit. I just, like, I had my turn signal and I went to go over and I saw it and I just swerved away. And you know, the car fucking laid on its horn, full fucking blast, right? And I'm like, damn. And then we get to the light, and I look over, and this motherfucker is wailing so many fuck yous, motherfucker. I'm like, what? My kids, they were like, what? I'm like, look at this psycho. What even happened? I mean, literally losing their fucking mind in the car. I mean, red face, just fucking spitting and shouting. I couldn't hear shit. My windows are up. His windows are up. But and his middle finger was screaming straight out like, motherfucker, God. I'm like, what produced that much rage? What the fuck? There is so much rage and anger and this energy here that has embodied so many fucking people. This is the shit that I'm talking about. We ain't got to worry about the government doing anything to us. You know, look at all the police shootings. Every day, it ain't one, two, it's like 10 cops shooting fucking people. And then people shooting at police. And not at each other. Murders all over the country like crazy. Tenfold. You know? Crazy shit. Domestic fucking violence. You know? Woman found dead. You know? Homicide. What the fuck? You know, that's why it's wild, man. It's very bad, man. And I see it all the time, man. You know? All the time. People are full of rage, anger, hate. Now you start poking at, you know, beliefs, ideologies, you know, societies, jobs, well-being. You make them more angry. The economy, very angry. Everything going up, super angry. Remember, you can't touch the government. You can't touch the government. You can't touch the government. The government's set up. You can't touch it. It's an illusion. It's an illusion, and you can't touch the government, let alone do anything about it. Not right now. Ain't enough. I mean, that's why they're just willy-nilly do what they want. You can't touch the government. But why do I say you can't touch the government? Because they already have the illusion out there, and they have people full of hate, and also people full of their own belief. You know, their communistic ideologies, right? Which could be the littlest things. You know, you give any person, the average Joe, from a corner store to a corporate fucking job to a doctor to, you know, I was in the county building the other day getting some shit notarized. This dude, he was there for like an hour. He was like, man, they're taking so long in here. I was like, hey, what do you expect from the county? You know, it's government. Time is nothing. You know, time is money. The longer you sit and wait, it doesn't matter to these people. He got up, you know, went up to one of the counters. The guy behind the counter was like, yo, man, I already told you, man, it's going to take a minute. Sit down. And he was like, oh, I've just been here for long. And the dude went and sit down. I was like, yo, man, you ain't got to sit down. I said, people can't tell you to sit down. I'm like, yo, we in a big ass building. I said, he's like, it's all right. I've been here for so long. And I'm like, no, and the dude looked at me kind of like, I'm like, man, ain't no way in hell. I'm like, no, I said, there's no way in hell. I said, this is crazy. And I just shut up and sat there. But this is what I'm talking about. Any little bit of power, like even at the DMVs, at the light bill companies, any little power, look at how people react, man. Look at, like, they own it. They own it, man. They hate you, It's like the Matrix hates you, man. It can't stand you if you're not in line. It doesn't like you, man. And it's trickled down through the people, And there is good people in some places. They ain't everybody, But you could even push their buttons, and that good person would be like, and like the stupid shit where people audit like post office and all that. I mean, that is stupid, but it shows the mentality of people. That's what I see. I see deeper shit. It's dumb. I get it. It is unproductive and stupid, but it just does one thing. It shows the energy of humanity, that they don't know what position they're in, that such a disconnect of each other is that they can't weigh it because they've never been taught that, I do work for you and, I am here in customer service. So I'm supposed to serve the customer, not serve the customer some fucking tyranny and like, you can't do A, B, C, and D, and E, and you see cops do violate shit all the fucking time. I mean, this is the shit that I'm talking about. The energy in humanity is already there to destroy the people that want to save humanity. These are the shit that we need to be looking at. This is the stuff that we need to be paying attention to. That's why I said checking your fucking bed, your house, your neighborhood. I have a psychopath bitch fucking neighbor that, I've had for 3 fucking years. Psycho. Bitch is psycho. Thank God the universe is a beautiful thing. See, when you're moving in energy, you ain't even gotta do nothing, Because lo and behold, the house went up for motherfucking sale. That nut-ass job. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, I got an agent right next to me. Can't do shit. Can't fix a car in the fucking driveway. Can't have a plate off a fucking car. Can't fucking have, a motorhome in the car. Can't fucking, I parked the wrong way on the street. It can't, this shit was crazy, Told these people to better leave me the fuck alone, It's wild shit, man. This energy is wild, man. It knows when you are different, It just knows, man. That's what I be telling people, it's a spiritual war in a physical reality. You need to know the spiritual part. Stop looking at shit from a physical standpoint, Don't argue with people like that, That's easy for me to say, but, I'm just saying, in real life, don't argue with people like that. Just say, you know what, you got it. You got it. That shit could escalate, and then you done fuck somebody up. And guess where you at? In the fucking clink. The energy that was put out here did the job that energy was supposed to do. Attack the righteous, any way, shape, or form. I mean, this shit's been used all through history. I mean, it's been used to fuck up the families through the spell of, the family court system. The spell of drugs. This has been used, man. I'm like, it's just wild, man. So, take a pause. Shout out to all you guys that are out here. I know I'm not reading the comments because I'm staying on the topic, but shout out to everybody. But for real, this energy is really out here. Look what they did during Mr. 19, man. How they manipulated everybody. Literally manipulated everybody, and nobody. Literally, people were. I mean, literally, there was people died behind this stuff, and nobody forced you to do anything. You know, that power is so powerful. Whatever this shit is that we can't explain, but we can clearly see on how. We're like, how are these people doing this? How are people lining up and just, I'm sitting in front of a clinic watching parents drag pure-spirited children in, and the children innately know by their energy, screaming and crying, I thought we were going to the ice cream store. I heard him say, I didn't even tell you where we're going. No! Screaming and crying. It don't say, poison serum clinic. It don't say shit. These children, for me to watch that, it's like, and I went there to confront the fucking, not confront, but just ask the fucking health director a lot of questions. And I was literally frozen in time. I couldn't move. I was so disturbed of what I was seeing. Parents dragging their child in to get that serum. Now, the children's serum could be, vitamin. We don't know what they was doing, really. We truthfully don't know what they were doing. We know people are dropping like flies. That's a fact. Okay? It's sad, and that's a fact. A lot of weird shit, happening, here in Rochester too, with people everywhere. I'm like, yo. And when I say the magic word, it's like, yo, man, I don't know if that's true. I can't run around, I can't say that shit. And you're right, you can't even say that. But I know, motherfuckers young don't just pass out of a stroke, Miraculously, there's a stroke unit ambulance in our area, And so 3 people have died, or no, 2 people have passed away that I knew and within the past 2 weeks. One of them was on the car scene. Shout out to him. B Hen, he just had a stroke, I was like, yo, I didn't even know. I just seen all the RIPs and shit. I'm like, damn. And they're like, yo, he had a stroke. I'm like, what? First thing that came to my mind, did he get it? I can't ask those questions. I can't post no shit like that, But no, dude was just a regular Joe. Nope, nothing. Just one day had a stroke. And he was only like 40, 41 or some shit. Well known around. And then last night, my son tells me that his brothers, younger brothers, little brothers, not mine, but his little brother from his mom's side, baseball coach died. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, crazy, man. He was at work. He fell off a chair, bumped his head, and went into cardiac arrest. I'm like, when the fuck do we ever hear any of this shit happening? I'm like, yo. And then there's been people dying like left and right. This guy I know who's older, he knows so many people. And it's called the other day. Remember this dude, Booger? Yo, he just died. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. It truly is crazy. It is really wild, man. So again, man, this energy that is out here, right? It's already in the people. It just have to be brought to the forefront, man. That's what we're dealing with, this spiritual war, man. These demonic, what we call demons that people think are a pitchfork and a guy running around, in a fucking red suit and gonna take you to the, fire. No, man, demon is energy. You can't see it. Well, you can, right? But it's gonna be in the form of something, You could be like, yo, why the fuck is this motherfucker acting like this? Like, you could be around somebody and all of a sudden they just different and weird. You're like, what the fuck? They under the spell. Just like my kids would say that, well, these kids, something wrong with these kids. They're under a spell, man. A different kind of shit. These older adults that are just, it could be some straight tyrannical shit going on. And, most people just stand around and look. And then if they see like a cop, they'll just be like, well, shit, you should just obey the law. Not realizing that this was some shit that just happened randomly, and now it's some unjust shit going on, and fucking next thing you know, you got, you know, somebody violating somebody's well-being. I mean, it's crazy, man. It truly is fucking crazy, guys. It really is. And man, it's wild, man. This shit is wild, guys. But pay attention. Like I said, man, loosening gun restrictions, that's crazy. And it's just in line because they know that whatever's going to go down, everybody's been propagated with so many different beliefs, ideologies, and all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's going to be, gunfight at the OK Corral all the time, So it's deep, man. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I got to do something real quick. 1 second. All right, guys, I'm back. So, yeah, man, it's just pretty wild, and it just is what it is. But what else? What else was it? I mean, could you believe that though? They loosen, and this is the thing. Like, shouldn't this be the forefront of all news, right? Israel loosens gun restrictions to after they call it a terror attack, right? Which it looks like literally it looks like some bully. It literally looks like some bully shit. Like, they want us to believe that this small country, a group of people, right, who's already been tormented and who's already been just destroyed already, right? and their area shrunken down, shrunken down, shrunken down. All right, pretty much, you know, they want us to believe that they threw the first punch. Like, seriously, if they know that these people know what the capabilities of Israel is, also what the capabilities of America, who backs them, is, let alone all the other nations that backed them. Why would that doesn't even make sense? You know, that doesn't even make a lick, an ounce, even remotely close to making sense. You know, and to be bombarded in that way, I'm talking like literally, there's video. I mean, everything is out there showing that women, a lot of women and children were killed. They're trying to propagate it with, see, and this is the other sick and twisted shit. Fake news. All right, why do you think they've been doing all this fake news shit? Well, there's so much fake news going around and fake photos. Well, what's happening is people are saying, look, they're saying that these are Israelis, but this is Palestinians, or people are saying this is from here and it's from they're deliberately disseminating. They are the people in control of the media, right? The disease, the Zionists, right? That control all the media here in America, right? I mean, you should see the amount of fact checks. I went to look up shit. I'm like, God damn, everything's fact checked already. Okay. With like, look, this is going around the internet. This is fake. This is fake. This is fake. Like, they have just disseminated so much bullshit out there, right? Because it's a war there and on the media. It's like they make it hard for anybody to decipher anything and not know what to believe. Mass confusion, right? So people just say, fuck it, I got to watch the goddamn news. Like, literally, I was looking at this. I'm like, God damn, anybody looking for any kind of information that is just realizing something's wrong, it's going to go back to the news. And I'm like, man, this shit is crazy. Because there's fake news within fake news on top of fake news. People calling out like, look, these people are actors. These victims of Israel, these are fucking actors. Look, this shit don't even add up, make sense. Look, this picture is from here. People are catching it. But then the fact checkers are fact checking that, saying that's false and that's fake news. It's unbelievable, man. But clearly, there's the devastation that has been done to that area. I mean, god damn. It's crazy how it always looks the same. Like, I don't know how bombs explode, but it ain't never no goddamn fires. It's always just rubble. You don't never seen shit really burned. It's just straight rubble. I'm like, man, maybe they're throwing fireworks in the sky and then using some other kind of weapon to just level this shit, man. Because I'll be looking at these pictures, I'm like, damn, man, where's the fires? Where's the blast? Fucking, the people that are looking for survivors can't find no trace of anything human. It's like, god damn, what the fuck kind of shit they got over there? Are these people capable of? So, but yeah, man, they want us to believe that Palestine threw a rock at fucking Israel, and Israel retaliated with a fucking barrage of fucking fire. I mean, just destroying that place. I mean, goddamn, they pulled a hat trick. You know? And there was an interview with a lady. They took this video down, but there's an interview with this lady, and she's like, some soldiers came to her house, and they were speaking English, and then they were like real nice and cool and shit, and then they stayed for like 2 hours, and then they bounced. You know, what the fuck is that? You know? They speak English and Arabic. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So, it's crazy, man. It's really crazy. So just, be wary, pay attention. Because like I said, I ain't never going to forget what I saw in South Texas that didn't make any sense. Okay? And I know Israel and United States are the same. So whatever going on over there is going to come over here. You know, you see all the propaganda. That was another video I had up with there. The propaganda of all the Palestine, which could be agents, right? That are gaslighting other Palestinian people. And now is the time. Now is the time. You know? And I've always told y'all, like, there's going to be some leader that pops up out of nowhere that is like the death of America that they've been propagating to these people for 30 plus years, right? 20 to 30 years to be ready. Because remember, we're manipulated and, all this other stuff. You already know they got the adversary ready to go. They got them ready to go. And once they come out, death to America, and they're in America, man, shit. Look out, Susie. Look out, Susie. Hold on. So, yeah, so these people are here ready to go. And like I said, I've seen these buses. There was two sets of buses, white ones and blue ones. The white ones were carrying, people, women, children, like from the board, da da da. But there was this other bus, full barred out, military, two armed guards in there with. Could never find anything to do with anybody on these buses. Always were empty. But I know they ain't transporting two guards with machine guns. That ain't happening. What the fuck did they bring in this country? It's like you got asylum seekers. Oh, you got other people. You forgot they killed Soleimani and all these old leaders. Ain't nothing to go around and propagate. Get these people, recruit them, and say, look, man, in the 2020s to the 2025 range, you will be called upon, and you will be able to get into America. We'll get you into America, and you will be able to avenge the death of these people. Telling you, man, this is not no fucking joke. All right? How else would they do it? How else would they do it? It's easy. Simple. Boom. Once simultaneously. Could happen all across the nation. 9/11 style. Boom. Everywhere. Oh, shit. Immediate lockdown. Because now it's in the whole... See, all the agendas start to fit together. And I hope... Hey, motherfuckers, if they don't know this, I hope I ain't giving no fucking ideas. But I'm just saying, if I forgot, if they think about it simultaneously, look at this fucking more. See what I'm talking about? Look at this. I'm driving too slow. They just accelerated doing fucking 90 miles an hour in a 40. They're probably raving at 35. It's 35 miles an hour. Literally. Probably flailing their arms as a raving fucking lunatic, man. Unreal. But anyways, simultaneously in the United States and in other countries, they do it'll probably be a global effort. It'll probably happen in all the crowns everywhere, like Mr. 19, but this is a different kind of virus. This is a terrorist virus. Boom. And guys, this video probably get deleted. So make sure you're subscribed to my backup, or I just go on a vacation, you know. So, um, um, so simultaneously, boom, you have eight places in America where this shit pops off. You know, other nations where it pops off. Now, boom, they take over the motherfucking TV wave somehow. We already know who it's gonna be. Or tapes are put out on social media, right? And then here comes some boogeyman, you know, like shout out the Truth Virus, Baghdaddy of all time. Death to America and the Zionists is upon us. You know, we will destroy whatever the fuck they fake say, right? We already know the New World Order. You guys know I've been saying this shit for the longest. Don't wait how way it come. The New World Order is going to take out the New World Order to form the New World Order. So, anyways, boom. Now everybody's living in fear. You ain't. That's when the door is closed for waking anybody up. You not going to convince somebody out of in a state of fear and panic. It ain't even possible. They see the boogeyman on there and they see some shit blown the fuck up and people, whatever they saw, you got them locked in. It's go time. You can forget about any opposition to say us screaming out there, hey, because all internet will be shut off now. It'll be totally censored because, hey, you might be a terrorist. It's all got to be funneled through and it's all got to be traced and tracked. You know, now the nation's locked down. You can't go between state and state without paperwork and permission. You know, this is when the emergency alert comes into play where license plates that begin with the letter J can be out this day doing their shopping. Everybody else the fuck at home. And this shit is real. It don't get no realer than this. They already used the magic potion to scare the shit out of everybody. Imagine a terrorist attack. Holy shit. You talk about giving up rights? Everybody will be like, oh, God, yes. Checkpoint in my house. I don't care. Can you sit with me can you lay with me in my bed? I'm scared of the terrorists. They might be hiding under the bed. That's how they'll be. Fucking terrorists under the bed. Look in your closet, your neighbor. If they're acting funny, call us. We need to check him out. Now they come in to check you. They're like, well, you know, you post kind of weird shit online or you got kind of a weird ideology. You know what? Do you have firearms? There is an emergency order for anyone who could possibly be any kind of threat to this nation. We need to secure their firearms. If not, we need to secure their person. This shit is as real as it gets. You know? I'm just saying, be wary, man. You know, it's 72 hours. You know, as soon as I see some shit like that, I'm not researching it. I'm relocating fast. Getting to a point where I'm just going to sit to whatever they fucking plan. I mean, whatever the fuck long it takes, I'm good. You know, I'll figure it out. We'll figure this shit out, you know. And in the meantime, they'll be propagating. Make sure everybody's safe and we're equal and no one's rights are getting violated. You know, all Muslim people are not terrorists. I repeat that. So no American, because, you know, Americans will be shooting anybody on sight. Itchy trigger finger, you know. They're going to do the opposite here. I don't think they'll ever loosen the gun laws. But they're going to do the opposite here. I think they'll create more gun laws. You know? So, sounds like a weird-ass movie, but you better look close because this movie will fucking play out right in front of your eyes, you know? So, yeah, man. And this is where the surveillance state comes into play. This is where the border gets locked the fuck down. And this shit stays. It don't go nowhere ever again. It's over. It's a wrap, man. That fast. One day. Terror attack. Simultaneously. Everybody gave up their rights. Boom. Done. Finished. Finito. See you later. You need to be tracked and traced wherever you go. Everywhere you go, you got to scan and sign in. Fuck that. It ain't no boogeyman disease no more. So people be like, fuck yeah, man. I don't want to get blown up by a terrorist. You know, nobody thinks. Everybody shuts their brain off to this shit. You know? I mean, this is some real ass shit right here. You thought Mr. 19 was devastating. Hell no, that shit is rubbing nickels compared to that. There's nothing, you know? There is nothing, nothing, and nothing. Man, you really got to take up 2 parking spots? Wow. But exactly, that wall was built to keep us inside, nothing else. So, yeah, man, this shit is wild. Extremely crazy, man. But I just see it. I know what I've seen and observed. You know, the plot, this is another reason why I have this thought, man, because they got rid of you guys ever heard of the predator poachers? Like predator poachers, like they do, like catch, like, you know, uh, uh, people meeting underage fucking children. They were huge on YouTube, big channels, man. They scrubbed them motherfuckers off the internet. You believe that shit? All the ones that I was subscribed to, they all gone. You know, all gone. They might got new channels or some shit, but they gone. They done. You know, they caught a lot of motherfuckers, and one that really alarmed me was they caught this one dude, and he was speaking Arabic, right? Because the guy was like, "Yo, he got him, whatever." He gets outside. The guy laughed the whole time. He just met him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm that, da 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 da. What's your name?" He goes, well, he had an accent. He goes, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you're this, you're that." He just laughed. He just lit a cigarette. He just laughed. The dude was like calling the police. This dude just laughed and fucking just didn't give a fuck. And he said, and the dude was just grilling. He was like, I forgot what his name was, but he was just like grilling him, telling you nasty mother, it's undergate, you were saying this, look, and this you were sending these pictures, you were doing that. The dude didn't give a flying fucking hell. He didn't give a, this dude did not care. And they were like, and he called someone on the phone, and the dude was like, yo, in the chat, what is this dude speaking? What is this dude speaking? Dude was like, somebody was like, he's speaking Arabic. He was like, what's he saying? And what's he saying? And that motherfucker was like, he's looking, what do you want from me? He goes, what do you want from me? He goes, the police are coming. He laughed at him. He said, you Americans don't know what you got coming. And I was like, what the fuck would he say that? And he just stayed there. Cops came and fucking just got the guy, talked to him, came over to the predator poacher to basically told him, like, look, it ain't nothing we can do. You got to contact A, B, C, and D. And then the dude just walked off, left. I'll never forget that shit, man. Therefore, think about it. I know these motherfuckers are all over the United States, man. Whoever these people are, because his demeanor, he ain't give a fuck. Like, he just knew he didn't care, Because remember, there's people that come here. I've literally met some of them before, like from El Salvador. They come in here. They're not under what we're under. Meaning, if something happens, they go before whoever's in charge of their case and in control of their process, right? Because everybody that comes in, a company, a corporation, takes control of the process and works with Homeland Security, Border Patrol, and what's the other one? Border Patrol, Homeland Security, and what's the fuck the other one? It slipped my mind right now. Border Patrol, Homeland Security, and U.S. Customs and Border Protection, right? Those are the main companies, but Department of Homeland Security is the head of that. But there's also a bunch of other private corporations that take custody and care of these people coming in here. So what happens is those people go to those agencies, and they deal with it through there. The shit is wild, man. It's fucking wild. It really is wild. Yeah, ICE. ICE is another corporation. That's right. So, yeah, man, this shit is wild, man. So when you see asylum seekers and they're going all over the place, these are people from countries to where when shit pops off in their countries, they're going to be out there with a voice, right? With a voice. And you already know the whole liberal movement and all that shit. The communist lovers are going to be with those people. right? And they're going to start fucking with every echelon in our society when they mess with these nations. And when you start looking where most of these people are coming from, these are nations that are in a lot of conflict. So it all fits like a glove. You know, we stand in solidarity. They've been fucking programming us for a long time. We stand for solidarity. They've been using Ukraine. Ukraine could be the front. Remember what Pike said, agentor, agents, agencies, right? You're pinning agencies against each other. You know, this is what's going on, man. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. So, on that note, I'm about to get up off here and you know, pay attention, man, because this shit, is it gonna spark something now? I doubt it. I just think Trump plays a big role in whatever's about to go down. Will this increase a lot of tensions and other shit? Yes. You know. Next we'll be seeing something with Syria and Iran, of course, 100%. So I would say from now through the 14th and that little after, you'll probably see something from those regions, right? Because remember, Klaus Schwab, it's on and popping. They popping bottles every night because their agenda is rolling forward fast. You know, fast. So I'm about to get up off here. Much love to you guys, and talk to y'all later.